Right, episode 21. Here we are with one of the greatest comedians from Ireland, Miss Aideen McQueen.
Thank you very much.
How's the podcast?
I feel very welcome. This has been great so far.
Yeah.
Got a full chauffeur all the way. We went through the Port Tunnel on the way as well.
He's not going to stop talking about that part.
Fucking dreading seeing how much that's going to cost me.
Boy.
How much is it to go through that?
I don't know. I've never been through it.
It could be a tenner even at peak hours.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I just topped up my e-toll card as well.
Did you?
€70 I had to pay.
He lives down the country, so everything's pretty expensive.
Yeah, he seems to live in 1973. It's the attitude.
I
Yeah.
had to pay 70 quid. And I
How
only
old are you? You're only 26. Relax. Keep the complaining for when you're married.
Yeah, oh
You've
God.
got kids. Just
Oh.
now you should be like, toll schmoll. I love the toll. Yeah. Throw the tenner out the window. You don't care.
You'll notice now in the next hour, he's very grumpy.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Just
in
to
the next
warn you.
hour, I just drove with you, Aideen, here, and I was perfectly fine, I reckon. And I wonder why I'm so grumpy.
He
Yeah,
was
there
a
you go.
delight. He was, to
He
be
was
honest,
he?
he was a delight.
Right.
He was polite, charming. We had a lovely, lovely journey. There's a saying in Irish, which I always say if I want to chat up men that are not Irish. It doesn't work on Irish lads. They can see right through me. But this, the shanachal, do you remember those from school? The
Yeah,
shanachal, the
what is it?
old word. The shanachal is Girian Bert Boher, which means two people shorten the journey.
Okay.
So there you go. So
Shanachal, yeah.
But in the case of this, it was like a 2-hour journey. No, it wasn't. It seemed like 20 minutes, didn't it?
It
Yeah.
did.
And that won't
It's
be it,
not
does
love,
it?
yeah.
It
That's
does. If I
yeah.
say, if some American guys walk me back to my Airbnb, and I'm just like, well, Brad, maar danga ruchish fein. I really it up, to show what comes later.
Foreshadowing.
But as we say in my mother tongue, always put the word, Girian Bert Boher. You shake. You don't have to shake, but I do. And he's like, wow, oh my God. Every time I listen to you, I feel like it's like James Joyce. I'm like, get into the hostel. So yeah, back in my olden days, in the sexually adventurous days, I used to really ham up the Irish thing.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're
ham it
fluent,
up.
are you?
I am fluent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job,
But you
though,
don't
this is
have to be fluent. You
No.
can really the kneecap effect. Now you can just push. You remember 2 prayers and a few on Vulcadagam Dulgatin letters. So I swear to God, that is as good as printing vaginas. That is, or a penile, whatever you're into. It's powerful. The Americans just love it.
Yeah, they fall for anything then, don't they? They fall
I remember this American fellow once. I was in a hostel. I was playing guitar or something, and I said, "Oh, I have to go to the loo." I was really drunk, and he goes, "Wow! Every time you speak the loo, it's like I understand James Joyce even more." I had never read James
Some Irish
Joyce.
writer, is he?
I just about knew who he was, and I was like, I know. Thank you so much. So you get a lot of bang for your buck with the foreign fellas, and you can get away with so much.
Does it work for foreign women as well, hopefully?
Oh, even more.
I'll take no.
Even more. It works even more. They fall. I mean, those lads in Ireland, they're like a 5 out of 10. In Alabama, they're an 11.
True.
But yeah, they absolutely adore Irish men. They love the
Irish
accent.
words do you now? What could you do? What could you
I'm not
rattle
great
out?
at the Irish now, Ian. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not great Irish.
As long as you're just Gaelic curious.
Yeah, I'm great at curious.
Come on, give us some. Give us some.
I know Tá. I know we like
Tá.
Connor is Adam Dumb and all that. You know the basics, like, but that's
Tommy and the County and Balliag.
That's good. Yeah, just don't put the at the end.
Yeah.
That doesn't inspire confidence. Like you had me at Tommy Mahoney while you're clear. Yeah. Who are you convincing?
he's reassuring himself there, isn't he?
Yeah. You have to give yourself a little pep talk osperla when you're doing the Gaelga. It doesn't. Yes, the Tommy Mahoney. Really, Tommy Mahoney.
Oh.
I wanted to spit on the microphone. Tommy Mahoney.
Go on, give it a go then.
I think the listeners are going to have a great time listening to this with that little
little spit.
Yeah, maybe I should start an is it MSR or what's that very strange
ASMR.
Gaelga? We'll
Oh,
see
yeah.
Yeah, this is
Tommy Honey, yeah.
very good. Wow, Connemara.
We found our niche.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right, we start with the 2 truths and a lie.
Okay, all right. Why not? Okay.
Right. I was going to do I'll start with the lie. We did that and we nearly cost someone out. But you can start with whatever you want.
Okay, so this is just 3 things that may or may not have happened to me. Okay, so 2 of them are the truth and 1 of them is a lie.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are my 3 stories. I was the Irish language porn dubbing champion of 2013. Okay, that's the first story. Second story. I briefly dated Zach Galifanakis.
Okay.
This is mad.
Right.
What is it?
Because I think about this.
By the way,
And the third story. When I was 12 years old, I had to pretend to be a boy and sing We're Walking in the Air for the Christmas Mass because the altar boy who was meant to sing it, his voice broke. And back then in 1994, they weren't allowing female altar servers in my church.
oh, that's all crazy. Do you know what? We knew this was going to be great, right? But that's even past
the first two have got me. I think the last one is true. I'm just going to say that. We'll go
but
in.
You know what?
But I just...
Right, we'll start with the first one, will we?
So the first one, you were 2012, did you say? You were Irish?
2013, yeah. But
She's a pro. You're not going to catch her.
You
She's
were
a pro.
both probably...
2013, 15.
Oh God, yuck! Fetuses in front of me. Why am I
No,
doing
you
this?
feet out.
What? No.
Oh, feet in front of us.
Fetuses, I said. Your fetuses.
Me a coney, yeah?
Yeah, Tom and Coney, yeah.
Right.
So in 2013, in the Electric Picnic, they had on Pobl Gaelach, which means the Irish tent.
Okay.
And you would have like mad Cayleys and like, you know, all that kind of stuff going on. And then they had, which I don't know if it was good or bad, they had a dubbing porn competition.
Right.
And they would show porn. Now it was quite softcore porn, I believe. You know, it was Banusak galore, basic enough stuff. You know, you would have to. They would have to. It was like German porn, but instead of them going, schnell, 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 they would get people from the audience, drunk or stoned people, to come up and dub it. And they had a boy champion and a girl champion. But sure, look, I was in my element.
Okay.
I did it, and I got a whole hamper of booze.
And were you hired, or was it just anyone in the audience could do it?
Thanks for thinking I was hired for that. Yeah, I'm a sex worker.
Who could do that good?
Yeah, we were getting a grant from the government. No, it was just, I was like, Misha, I'll do it.
Right,
and I did it and I won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you remember anything that you said in it?
Oh yeah, I kind of went for because I'm funnier than I am sexy, so I went for the like good topic, or no stegweeha, you know, buggy, you know, using all the phrases from school.
I was thinking, it was an Irish thing, yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Doing mudders, please. Yeah.
There you go. You did your first gag off Gael. Go
What does that mean?
Close my door.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I don't know how.
Tara stuck my phone, yo.
Yeah, coming to my window.
Funny. What? No.
He's looking for people to have anal sex with him, I think. That was it.
I don't actually know what that means or whatever. Against the laugh.
Great.
Yeah, just go with it.
Against the laugh. Go with it.
Just go with it.
So that was the porn dubbing championships of Ireland. Subsequently, they never had it, and I feel like times changed. You know, the hashtag Me Too thing came along a few years after, so people weren't as willing to just play porn and then get volunteers to dub it.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what though?
Did you win anything for that?
I did. I got a big hamper of drink and sweets, and it was great. Like probably 500 quid's worth of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, and I wasn't drinking at the time, and I was like, oh God, just give it away to everybody. Electric Picnic.
So you did that sober? Oh, that is fucking deadly. Do you know what? I so believe that. Like, if anyone else told me that, I would.
I have another question because I feel like she's on the ropes a little bit.
Hit the questions.
What day was that Electric Picnic? Because if it was at the start, it's very inconvenient to carry a hamper around with you then for the rest of it.
That's very smart. Now, I did leave the hamper behind the stage in the Pobl Gaelach for a long time, and every so often I'd scurry back to check that was still there. It was about the Sunday, I think, of it. It was the last day, I think.
Oh,
That's
but then it could be the
convenient, isn't it?
opposite. No, it could be the opposite.
What?
You'd want to win that at the start, so then you can drink it the whole weekend.
True, but then would they give it to you at the start because they don't want you to drink it? But why would they give you a drink, guy? They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't. But then she's hardly went out with Zach Galifanakis.
Oh my God!
I
Yeah,
don't
let's get to
believe
this.
that
Hold
because
on,
this
hold on.
doesn't make sense, like, right? So how? Tell us, please, because I
Okay,
love Zach
so-
Galifanakis.
Zach, you think that I'm not hot enough for the fact? You think, that prize bull, Zach Galifanakis. He would never sully his little Mickey on some Irish
The
McQueen.
very few people that don't know, this is Alan from the Hangover that we're talking about here.
So cast your mind back to 2003. Oh no, what year were you born?
98.
Sorry.
The feet are out again.
Just got a bit sick. I don't know how I can communicate with you guys. I should have brought sweets, shouldn't I? So 2005 it was actually. So how I got into comedy was I'm from Kilkenny.
Yeah.
And there's a festival called the Cat Laughs Comedy Festival.
Oh, deadly.
And at this festival, they would get the best comedians. And at the time, there was an indie comedian called Zach Galifanakis, and he had done his Live with the Purple Onion DVD, as it was then. I don't know if you know. You can Google it afterwards what a DVD is. And so he'd done this DVD. He was an indie act.
Okay.
He hadn't done the Hangover yet, and he came to Kilkenny, and I was the venue manager in his venue.
Oh,
so I would introduce myself. I would get people in. I would organise things. Not ever. And he did his act, and so he was funny. He did stuff like he was playing the piano, and he's like, "My name is Zach Galifanakis. It starts with a gal and it ends with a kiss. Why isn't my name Zach Galifanakis? Fuck." Right? So it was stuff like that. It was weird. He was weird, but it was good. But I didn't particularly like his comedy. But after 3 nights, I kind of got mesmerised by it. So then the last night, of course, I went on the piss, and he was chatting to me, and he was like, "Oh my God, you should visit me in LA." And I mean, he was probably 16 years older than me. I was probably 21, so it wasn't a child.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like normal. And then anyway, so then I ended up shifting him, and then I was like, I'm just going to go to the toilet.
Okay.
Because I was really embarrassed.
Yeah.
And then I went to the toilet in my house 7 miles down the road. You know that old trick.
With him?
Yeah. Not with him. No.
Oh,
I
so you just
ditched him.
left?
I ditched him. I left because I was ashamed. The shame.
Okay,
But then the
okay.
next day, I got his contact details, and we went on a few dates and stuff. And then he went back to Ireland. Yeah. But we stayed in touch. And
How many
then
dates?
I couldn't believe it. He was in the Hangover.
Yeah, that is mad. How many dates are we talking here now?
Yeah.
Or you know yourselves, sure. It was a different time. People didn't really date then. We were just kind of, it was vibes.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so like about 3 dates.
Okay.
We went to Marco Pierre White's restaurant. That was pretty good.
We're in Dublin.
Excuse me.
What can I say? Comedy's been good to me, guys.
In Dublin?
In Dublin, yeah.
Oh,
Because it was in Kilkenny, wasn't it? So what was he doing back in Dublin after being in Kilkenny?
He was doing some gigs in Kilkenny or in Dublin. I think he might have done the Lounge or something like that.
I think
Back
this.
then? Was that open back then? Yeah.
It was,
well,
the Lounge has been open for 30 years.
Yeah, okay.
Here's one, right? I don't know, can we call in Carl here? Because I have a sneaky suspicion that his real name isn't Zach Galifanakis.
I know it is.
Are you sure?
I'll
Yeah.
text him. I'll get him. I've got his MySpace actually. I don't know if he'll still answer.
Do you know what? This is just. I don't know.
It's too specific.
I'm thrown off with the Dublin now.
It's too specific though. I feel like it's just a bit of a. It does like he.
Specific, bro. How would you think I went out with Zach Galifanakis?
That's what I mean. It's too specific. Like
Well, I'll see if I still have his
to be a
number.
lie, I think.
I'll see.
And the Kilkenny, I don't know. I didn't know that he done comedy beforehand. So
Yeah, I knew he did comedy.
like how much like did was he like big in the Comedy Store in LA and stuff?
2023,
Like,
I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. Because I don't know any films that he was in before The Hangover. So what was he like before then?
Was he the biggest act at the festival?
No, he wasn't.
No.
Because he wasn't that well done. All the Irish acts did way better than him.
Okay.
Um,
She's good, isn't she? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's kind of throwing me off a little bit.
Have you ever acted?
I've not acted. No.
No. If there's a comedian that I think could be a great actor, the third one. We skip on to the third one.
Right, what was the third one again? You dressed as a boy.
Yeah. So there was a nativity on in the school.
Okay.
I was 11. And I was in the choir. I always wanted to be an altar server. That was my real dream. I wanted to do that chalice work. But there was no, we weren't allowed at the time. There was no, some of the parishes did, but my parish didn't allow girls, right?
Okay.
The parish, the cure is very strict. And there was this little boy, right? Dermot Kern was his name, and he was gorgeous, blonde hair, and he had a great boy soprano voice. But his voice broke at Halloween and he couldn't do the solo. And the bishop was coming. So
I'd say he was.
how this is my lived life. I had to live this.
Sorry, I was just saying the background boy joke.
In hindsight, I was probably so lucky that I I wasn't an altar server, but maybe I wasn't their type.
No, he wasn't liking you. It was the poor boy I'm worried about.
So his voice broke, and he tried. We're walking. It was just not working. We're walking in the air. That just would depress everyone.
Yeah.
So at the time I had a very bowl haircut, which was kind of like I looked like my idols were Liam and Noel Gallagher, so I had the same hairstyle as them. Oh, the step, the shave there at the back, and the one eyebrow is amazing. And so I just said I'd go up. They wouldn't question it. I looked like a boy. You had this kind of weird KKK smock on anyway, and I sang beautifully. But the thing is, I see the difference between. I don't know if you realise the difference between a boy soprano and a girl singing is that the boy soprano doesn't have the vibrato, the
okay. Yeah.
So you have to make sure to keep it really steady so that they don't know.
Okay.
What does that kind of sound like? Can you do that now?
Okay, let me try.
Give me the gabagool.
We're floating in the moonlit sky.
That's the boy or the girl?
That's good.
That's the boy.
And what?
The girl would be like, we're walking in the air. More frill.
Oh yeah, rattly.
Yeah. Vibrato.
That is good. You sing.
Well, what can I say?
Well, obviously, fucking hell.
Well, that was when she was 12.
She just sang there.
Yeah, but like, what you mean? Do you sing ever in gigs or anything?
Pardon?
Do you sing in gigs?
I do a little bit of singing in my gigs. Yeah, the bit of you need to come to one of my shows again.
Yeah.
No, I mean like, do you ever do a full singing
song.
gig?
I used to do singing before I did comedy.
Did you?
I used to do music. Yeah, I
Right.
used to play trad and stuff in pubs and the likes. Yeah,
I
don't do as much. And I used to teach the choir in primary school.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Doing the character, she's lying about everything now. I think, yeah, everything is a lie.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
Was that,
guys, I just
believe
bring my
that
stories.
I would guess that one is true because it's the most trouble. It's not
I
believable.
feel like, do you have a joke about that? About the
No.
dressing as a boy
No,
thing?
I don't.
Because
no.
it does sound familiar when she said it. Or have you said it somewhere?
What age was the boy?
He was about 12.
Okay, because she said at the start 12 and then she said she was 11. and she had
11,
gone back to
yeah,
12.
Yeah, but
right.
he was a bit.
Yeah,
He
no,
stayed back in 5th class.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Right, I'm going to get
Can't
away
have
from
it
that
all.
one.
Yeah, I think that one's fine. I'm happy with that one. I'm actually smiling.
Oh, I know.
What does that mean? Is it a smile out of nervousness?
know.
Or a smile out of trying to cut us?
I don't know. We've never stayed this long on one though.
Yeah,
So I don't know what to believe.
I know. She's not really rattling much on any of them. I think
Do you
the
know what?
first one though, she was too much agreeing with the hamper thing. Because
Yeah, do you know what the first one? Do you know
probably
what?
shouldn't ask the question in that way though.
Because you did. I think when in the course, I'll get on that in a minute. But you did talk about older comedians being weird with women,
Yeah.
especially when you were younger. So
I don't remember this.
we've got that. No, I'm just saying.
Hey guys, let me tell you, you gotta stay wary, okay?
Don't trust old men. No,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you told that story, but remember something rings a bell about older comedians, men. So I'm gonna say that's true, but
the Zach one.
yeah, I think that's true.
When's the last time you spoke to him?
Oh, I never spoke to him since. That was 20 years ago nearly.
But she was going to message him.
Yeah, on MSN, she was
I know, but I
messaging.
thought you were serious. You actually were going to message him on something.
No,
because she was on
man.
her phone for a few minutes. Like
Yeah, she's better things to be doing than this podcast.
that was just a little cue just to get on the phone. Was it? Hold on, I need to text it back, David Beckham.
Right, the first one I think, I'm going to ask another question now, but I do think that's a lie.
But then,
How many people were in that tent?
Something better than that.
How many people were in that tent? About 50.
Okay,
All
awesome.
over Gael Gory.
Yeah, I do believe that because if she said like 500,
The video that was being shown, it was man on woman.
It was man on woman. Very, I would say basic porn. I don't think that it might have been even. She didn't. I don't know if she might have even had her top off, and you wanted me to just see a bit of juddering. I wasn't like the kind of porn that I now have seen, and I'm shocked by. It was. I think about it, it was almost a delight. It was almost something you could show on the Late Late Show.
Oh, okay.
It was
So-
very mild. Yeah.
Okay, really soft. Yeah, I do think that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
You don't have to agree with me.
I don't know. I'd be fuming if it's a Zach Galifanakis one because
Because so obvious. Did he smell nice?
I was drunk. I don't know if he smelled nice.
You were drunk
All
every
3
day.
times.
You were drunk.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore, and there's a reason. I wasn't exactly like just 2 drinks and done.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Oh, see, that's a bit questionable now.
I don't know. I have a record here. Like my
So wait, hold on,
reputation is on the line here.
Okay, so I'm after making a mistake.
Oh,
All right.
VAR.
Right, I'm after making a mistake. So I know it's called 2 truths and a lie. I'm after telling you 2 lies and 1 truth.
Okay.
But the thing with Zach Galifanakis, I'm going to roll back. I did kiss him, but I didn't date him.
Okay, yeah.
Just
So that's true. So you're telling us 2 lies. You're telling us.
Yeah, but now I've corrected. Zach Galifanakis, I didn't actually go on a few dates with him. He invited me, you should come to my house in LA. So it was very vague. Okay, and I didn't, and I was embarrassed because he wasn't this big star that he was. He was just a weird comedian.
Okay.
That was, at the time I was maybe 20, he was 36.
Right.
So wait, are we saying that one's we know that's a true now? So it's just between the other 2 for a lie?
No, I think she's saying that she was lying about that.
The last bit about that I dated him briefly was a lie.
She kissed him, she didn't date
I
him.
kissed him,
But that's still up for question.
Yeah, so there's one lie here now, is there?
If that's the fucking lie, yeah, she's just double bluffed us.
Oh, and she is a double bluffer.
And I feel like she could have done that on purpose as well.
Fuck.
What do you think, Carl? He doesn't know. He wasn't even listening.
Who's that kind of man?
I'm gonna lock in for the electric picnic one.
Yes,
I'm putting
yeah.
I'm putting your reputation on the line. Oh, she's smiling.
Oh, and give us a second.
Do you guys play poker?
No.
Okay.
You do you?
All the time.
It can't be the Zach Galifanakis one.
Why not? Like, again, it's not like he's this huge. If it was Bradley Cooper that I kissed, you'd be like, okay, fair enough, that's a lie. But Zach Galifanakis, he's an accessible celebrity. It'd be like me saying I shifted Dave McSavage. Like, these are not these gods.
Have we locked in yet? I'm saying Zach Galifanakis is the lie. No, I'm going back on it because I just remembered, right, she had a joke that he said, and I was thinking at the time, that's very impressive because she wouldn't have just made that up, but now I'm thinking she did make that up. So she said, Zach Galifanakis, why can't it be Zach Galifanakis? Fuck. But I don't think you'd remember that. I think she just made that up with part of the story, and that's why. I think she's tried to double bluff us with the kissing thing, and the reason...
Oh, she might be trying to double bluff.
I don't know. Actually, my head is wrecked. Why did you do that?
This is not the traitors. Like, I'm not going to get 300,000 quid if I win. I'm not thinking that. Don't be so deep about it.
Right, yeah, you're right.
Just give us your answer.
I think you're lying about the first one.
I think the Zach Galifanakis one. And then, do you know what? If you're telling the truth with that one, fair play.
Do you want to lock it in?
So what do you think is the lie?
I don't think... but I do think that...
so you think Zach Galifanakis is a lie?
I'm just going to go all out. The last one I'm going to say is a lie.
The porn?
Yeah, you didn't... No, the boy.
The boy.
Yeah, I'm going to say you didn't do that.
Okay, will we reveal the answer?
Yeah.
The lie is the boy.
Last day I just snuck in there.
That doesn't count though.
I just
The other one. The Zach Galifanakis one is true.
It's true, yeah. I don't know why you're so shocked.
No, it's just that's a flex. Like that
is a flex.
It isn't though. At the time, everybody was genuinely worried about me. People like, you need to go to rehab. Like, a 20-year-old meets this like quite dishevelled, not attractive 30s. Like, when you're 20, 36, you might as well be Peg Sayers. You might as well be the David Attenborough I was kissing.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a huge age gap at that
right.
time, and it wasn't like he was this like silver fox. Like, he was like it was weird.
Okay.
So it did happen. That's all true.
It's not flex. I know what you mean, because he's not good looking.
No, it's not that he's not good looking. And to be honest,
never said that. She never said that.
It was more the age gap. It was more the age gap.
Yeah.
And then I remember seeing. I remember seeing this program called Bones, and I was like, oh my god, I kissed that guy. And then The Hangover came out.
Bones, the detective thing.
Yeah, he was on that as the doctor and that. And then, so it all just happened. I was like, okay, that guy. I was also went on a date with Reggie Watts. I don't know if you know who that is.
Reggie Watts?
Reggie Watts, he's another comedian. We actually went to a proper date and stuff, but I wasn't smart enough for him.
What's he doing now?
For him. He's in the house band in Saturday, or in one of the, like, not Conan, one of those Saturday night shows.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, anyway.
You fumbled the bag twice, that's what you're telling me.
You could have that hangover money.
But that's mad, yeah, Zach Galifanakis.
The porn thing.
I didn't think that was his real name. I thought that was a little...
He's a Greek. He's a Greek guy, so that's a normal Greek name. That'd be like Murphy in Greece.
And what, so in 2003 he was like 30, so how old was he doing Hangover? That was like 2010, was it?
Yeah, he's about the early 40s, yeah.
I didn't think that at all. I thought he would have been about 30.
No, I'm delighted I got that one. I am delighted I got that one.
I don't think that counts. I genuinely don't think it counts. He just guessed.
No, I didn't. Do you know why? Because I think she was so happy we were fixated on the first two. You were happy with that, weren't you? And she wasn't even thinking about the third one then.
I had a feeling you said that before or something. This is a lie, isn't it? Where's the camera?
Do we have a joke about something like that?
I don't know.
it's not him, that's reminding me, I don't know.
Unusually fixate. Men are unusually impressed by the Zach Galifanakis thing, right?
Yeah.
Except him, he's like, you really shifted
Women
it.
are like, oh my god, you did that at 20. Oh my god, you know, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like they're just like they're more fixated. People are like, oh my god, a lot of legend Zach, and women are like, oh no, what a weirdo. But we were both really drunk. It was just for a second. You know, nothing bad. He didn't like
just
do
a kiss. You ever see that Maltesers ad? Just a kiss.
Oh, she drops it.
Yeah, drops everything.
right. Well, we get we get into it now.
Yeah,
because we also always talk about us doing courses. We're talking about with Shane Daniel Bourne. Because a lot of people.
I'm going to move that out of the way, just in case it's in the way of the camera. Sorry.
He loves 15 cents. Sorry about that. He loves the 15 cents.
Sorry.
But,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So people know we did courses. We never really got really into it. Mm-hmm. But Aiden was obviously, I call him my teacher. I always say my teacher.
So Aiden taught Connor how to be funny. That's the thing.
Yeah, she's obviously not good at it.
She's the one who gave him this confidence that makes him think he's funny.
Yeah.
I did.
I have a few questions about actually teaching.
Yeah, sure.
So how long are you doing comedy?
12 years. 12 years. Yeah, it's a long time.
Yeah.
But it's still not a long time. But if somebody told me they were doing comedy for 12 years when I started, I'd be like, oh my God,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
If somebody said they were doing it for a year, I'd be like, why aren't you on the telly? Yeah. Now he's getting cocky. See she is. Doing the veil.
She's laughing at that now. I didn't even study any of this. It's just coming to me naturally.
Naturally, after 14 years in school. But anyway, it's amazing. It's like some kind of a linguist.
And you did higher level, did you?
No, I didn't. So we were just talking about that in the car. I couldn't be a primary teacher because I didn't do a higher level.
You could still do the tag, you know, if this time just aim for 5 years, do a bit every year, and it's a great job. Primary school teaching.
Podcast's going to take off. We're going to be famous, I reckon. Hopefully.
What do you think? I reckon.
Well, you started 12 years ago. What made you start?
Again, working for the Castle Festival, I just loved comedy. I saw loads of it, and I always had it in the back of my head. Then I became friends with Eleanor Tiernan. She's a really funny comedian. She's Tommy Tiernan's cousin, but she's completely different from him. And she's encouraged me to do it. Totally different style. She's not like, kind of having a heart attack on stage. She's way more laid back. And she told me to do it, and I started off. I went to the Halfpenny to do my first open mic. So nervous. Oh my God. I was so dolled up. I had like hair was up to here. I had a bra, and I had one more tear on my bra than my jokes. And I was down on my knees praying, even though I'm lapsed Catholic, I was praying. And then, funnily enough, I taught in the Gael School in Coolock, and Willa White, he had 2 kids in that school. So I knew Willa from being a dad in the school, and I turn up and he was like, Mutar, you're here for the comedy. And I was like, oh, hello, Willa, I am the comedy. And I wasn't that good. I blacked out, like I was so nervous. I blacked out. It was like I might as well have been on drugs or something. I was just, but I got enough of a thrill to keep doing going. It, and I got a little bit better eventually. Can
you remember what your first set was, or what you talked about, Ron? Like, was it absolute rubbish?
I definitely didn't plan. I had like ideas in my head, but I didn't practice it. I couldn't. I still find it hard to listen to my own voice speaking. Yeah. I can't going and doing it, where some people are great, they can do it in front of the mirror, they can do it with a hairbrush. I'd love to be like that, because I do think it helps. I think I had a joke about Irish women taking compliments. Let me see if I can remember it. If this is shit, you'll have to edit this out. But the idea was like, if somebody gives you a compliment, you're like, oh my God, no, it's disgusting. So, an Irish girl gives you a compliment, oh my God, no, it's disgusting. I just found it in a secondhand shop and in a bin. And then you'd never do that with anything else. If somebody said, oh my God, your boyfriend is lovely. No, he's disgusting. And sure, he's secondhand. He's my sister's boyfriend. I just rolled him. It was something like that. And then the next bit was like, oh my God, your baby is gorgeous. I know, he's horrible. Sure, he's pre-cum baby. It's horrible. And I don't even really know what that means. A pre-cum baby. Like, I didn't even want him. He's a pre-cum baby. It was something like that.
And were you from Cork? And
I don't know why. The woman in the thing was from Cork. Yeah, the woman. If I ever was doing a voice, and I still sometimes the person is from Cork. My mother's from Cork, and I went to college in Cork. So I just find the Cork accent hilarious.
It is great.
So I remember that being one of my things. And then I had something about primary school teaching.
But baby, that's actually pretty.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring back
it is very comedian still, like that You know, some people just go up and they think something's going to be funny and they don't write it like a
Yeah,
comedian.
you can see you
that
still had a
does
joke
still
there.
sound like a comedian.
Yeah, but I was watching loads
From being
of
around
comedy.
it,
yeah.
So it was kind of a rule of 3, wasn't it? Really, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I then I just kept going, and I became friends with comedians, and I lived in town. I lived in Parnell Street, so I could just go in the worst apartment in the world. Like we had I had an apartment, and there was a toilet on the landing, and I shared it with this old alcoholic man who was always getting sick and stuff. So I didn't care. I didn't care as long as I could live in town.
Yeah.
And then I could walk to the gigs. Yeah.
That's mad. So you were walking
He was always threatening to kill me and stuff, but I didn't.
He's harmless.
He's harmless.
That's the most Parnell Street story ever, isn't it? Like,
yeah, he was. Yeah, that was. Yeah, when I think about it, it's like, and I just never. It didn't knock a shake out of me, but I should have been a bit more. I should have put a lock in the toilet. Yeah. You know, when you're just timing your peas to the times where you think you'd be least likely to be drunk to kill you. Oh my god!
So, and when you were at the festival, you were working, not as a comic. You were just.
I was just working. Yeah. So I used to do venue manager. I first started off just doing the chairs and stuff, and then every year it'd be there. So they just get local people to do bits and bobs.
Yeah.
And then I knew it, so I became a venue manager a few times, and I'd look at the comedians. To be honest, it was the social life that had attracted me, because they were wild.
Yeah.
And they were having fun, and they were drunk, and they were doing mad stuff, and they were just so fun. And I just thought I'd love to do that. I'd love to be drunk in the daytime. But I didn't realise they're not like that all the time. Actually, a lot of them are very serious, and they're always writing their material.
Yeah.
For the festival, that's when they go wild and they jump into the river and they stuff. But actually, most of the time it's like, type.
Kissing 21-year-olds now. Come see my house in LA.
You gotta come to my house in LA. You gotta come to my house.
LA. I stored on LA. The two
It happens as well. That's
simple.
Yeah.
Say an Irish one store.
LA is the Irish word.
LA.
But
Yeah. They come to my house in LA, yeah.
So that's what started me off. Yeah.
that's mad. That's such a great fucking
It
way to
was,
get
yeah.
into it, like, because you're around all the other name around.
Did you do any performative stuff before that, apart from pretending to be an older boy or whatever way you wanted to word
Pretending
it?
to pretend to be another person. I did music stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I did
suppose.
music stuff. I did a school musical when I was in first or second year, but I was like, I got really self-conscious, and I was like, I'm too cool, or I wasn't able to engage with the sincerity that actors have.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're very
Yeah.
like, they're different from, you think actors and comedians are going to be similar, but actors are comedians are really cynical, and I'm quite cynical. I'm less cynical now, but I was very cynical, like dark. Teenager, and then actors like, hi, everybody's friends. Oh my god, everything's fantastic. I've got no soul. They're not, and there's loads of fantastic actors, and actually loads of the people who are really good at comedy now started in the acting world. But I was very self-conscious teenager. I hated myself too much to do acting, and I wish I had done it, but look,
It's never too late.
it's never too late. Well, it is now.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Would you never give it a go?
What am I going to play? You know?
Oh, but wasn't what's his name? What's his name? He does all the voiceovers, that black actor. What the fuck is his name?
Morgan Freeman.
No, yeah, Morgan Freeman. He only started late, didn't he? I'm pretty sure
but
he's
like-
Could be Morgan Freeman. Is
That
that
could
your
be the Irish,
could,
yeah,
you
yeah.
could.
Well,
the Irish version?
You never know.
I don't think it's too late.
no guilty woman in Mountjoy. Yeah.
You just need to do
So
that.
you nailed it.
Get
You
away
nailed
with
it. No, I mean, I was thinking, maybe I'll send an out email to Russ Naroon and see if they'll accept
There
me.
you go. There you
yeah,
go.
you never do. But it took me so long to get to where I am, where I can make a living from comedy and be comfortable.
Yeah.
That the idea of starting again and doing some course in the Gaiety with all these 25-year-olds, no offence, whatever you guys are,
26.
I would just be like,
Yeah.
I'm not speaking Irish.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
just
like,
disgusted.
oh my god, where's this question?
So,
Quick, swim some girl.
I mean, if somebody said there's a role for you here, I'd be delighted. But
Would you
it's
jump on that then? If someone came to you with
yeah,
it?
but I don't. It's not something that I'm happy with my lot. I like doing stand up.
Yeah.
You know, it's great.
See the way you
Definitely
said.
transferable though.
I think so, but I think it's even better. See the way you said a lot of good comics did acting. I'd actually go the other way. I think a lot of comics that go into acting are even better.
Some of them are brilliant, aren't
Like
they?
you look at Eddie Murphy, Jim Carrey, they're the best
Yeah,
actors in the world.
brilliant.
Kevin Hart, he would have done both at the
Kevin
same
Hart.
time.
We
wouldn't he
started
go?
with comedy first.
Do you know your man, Mr. Chow, that was in The Hangover?
Yeah.
He's a fucking qualified doctor. Like.
Do you know him?
Oh, don't we all know him?
But he's a qualified doctor. And
Yeah,
then he
he
went
is,
into
yeah.
acting after that. There you go. So,
So he'd be a good comic.
I think he's a comedian as well.
Yeah,
actually, I know. I seen him do that rap battle. That's how I know.
Yeah, he is. I've seen him do stand up. Yeah,
he's good. He is good. But I think there's definitely a window for that, especially now, because there are people that do everything now. Well, you're kind of at that stage now. You're just comic and you're all right making a living. But starting now, I feel like you have to throw your hand into everything.
Yeah, maybe I should become a DJ. That seems like a bit of a DOS.
There you go, looking like
I'm going to do that. Yo, DJs, bring this track.
But yeah, sorry.
Aideen, actor / comedian / DJ.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That has a ring to it.
What other thing can you do that's just not really a job? Promoter.
Dead Andy.
/ editor. I'm really happy to cover the car. But you're more just produce just a little bit more, but like still more.
But yeah, getting into it now, I feel like you have to put your hand into loads of things. Like, do you know people now in the last, say, 3 years, like you see a lot of people that are trying comedy and they're also doing sketches, they're also doing stuff online.
Yeah.
It's just, even podcasts, like, it's just so hard now, I think.
It is hard, yeah. It is, definitely. You have to do something else. You're not like people. It's hard to make a living just from comedy. It'd be like, oh, I want to be a poet. It's almost like that. So you have to do something else.
You've grown it for years, like to get to where you are.
Yeah, I do, and I still do the comedy school. I still teach comedy. I still have my few hours of teaching online, Oscoilga. So yeah, keep it all going.
Do you do that? You do that on a Saturday day? So I remember we were talking before in the course, and there was only 2 or 3 of us talking, and you were like, yeah, I'm full time for comedy. Comedy pays the bill, but teaching the odd time pays for the nice jackets. And you had a full jacket on. I was like, that's brilliant.
I like it's good security. Yeah. Like, because in December you make loads of money, then you might have a bad month, and then something might happen, a gig gets cancelled, you miss a flight. Like, it's precarious. But I'm glad now. It took years to get there. I wasn't like the natural star at the start. Like,
but that's good though, because everyone always says you need to learn, you need to have the bad moments then to grow as a comic.
Yeah,
obviously you've had those. What's wrong with me?
No. Keep going.
You've had those, like, obviously touring, but going all over the country for, I don't know.
Yeah, doing all
going all over the country for gigs and shit like that, and obviously you are huge.
Yeah, it's doing awful jobs like this that keeps me grounded.
What's going on? Like, I'm just
God,
and all.
This is the one person I could get in, and you're fucking up.
I couldn't even say LA. But what I'm trying to say is, you've obviously.
She's talking to Zach Galifanakis and all to get away from us now.
But we're doing. I was saying in the car there, we're doing little gigs and all. Sometimes you question, is this even gonna work out? And like, obviously it's working out for you at the minute, like, and all of that was the 10 years or 12 years of experience has added up to it. I think people always say, even at Edinburgh's Fringe there, last year, the year before, you were the talk of the town, like, and all of that has added up to that, all those little shitty gigs. Have you had any funny stories from any of those little shitty gigs? Because we've had some where you could drive for hours down the country for a gig for 5 minutes in front of a GIA club in front of grannies, and you're going up saying mad shit in front of them. Like, I'm sure you have stories for that.
Oh yeah, I've loads of stories. Like that. Two Edinburghs ago, so in Edinburgh, like, you go around, you do loads of gigs, and this fella offered me a gig in Glasgow, stag party, okay? So just purely do it for the money. So so the first stag party went grand, second marriage, older guy, that's my ballpark, I like that. Give him all, just basically flirt with the groom. And then the second stag party, so I go to the Ibis Hotel, which is nicknamed the Suicidus Hotel in Glasgow. It's horrible. It's just this mad big box in the sky. And I go in, and the girl was like, okay, you're on like the 19th floor. And she said, there's a panic button on the table.
Oh, Jesus.
In case you need it. And I was like, why do I need a panic button? Surely this is just a fun gig in the middle of the day in a hotel.
In a hotel room?
Yeah, in a hotel. It was a conference room, okay?
Thank God.
So I go in, and there was 7 or 8 of the drunkest Scottish men you've ever seen in your life, just like slumped, half human, half slug, and they were just like, I was like, how am I? So the game was, it's not really a gig, it was and I had to spend an hour where I dress up as the wig and as a judge, and I get them to accuse each other of funny things, and then we bring people on trial, and it's a really fun game to do with stag parties, and it usually goes really well. They were so drunk, they couldn't understand the game, they couldn't understand instructions. Now, not only that, the guy running it, he was very busy, and he'd sent me a whole load of pages with stuff already written on it. So I didn't have the equipment, so I had to go down and get paper, and I just didn't seem very professional. And then they were like speaking, and I was like, what are they? I can't really understand what they're saying, but yet I can, right? These guys, right? They were from Ilanshkeenach, the Isle of Skye, right? One of the few places where they speak Gaelic.
Oh,
which
really?
is very similar language to Irish, okay?
No way.
Very similar, but different enough, but quite similar. And I was like, oh my God, and they were obviously saying stuff about me. And then one of them was like, Hashbon na chicha. And I was like,
What does that mean?
yes, I was
Show
like,
us
that
the-
means show me your tits.
Oh,
Right?
why?
And they were all like laughing, ha 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 ha, like they really thought they'd gotten one up on me. And I was like,
You knew.
me haspana me the machicha. And they were like, what? They were just shocked. It was the most powerful moment I'd ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
That is
so
mad.
because that Irish that they speak there is quite like Donegal Irish. So I was putting on a Donegal accent, like to try it so that I would sound more like them. And after that, there was a bit of a cooling off period, but they still didn't understand the game. So then we were just teaching each other Gaelic and Irish and stuff, and they kept going down for drinks. I just had to spend my time with them until
How long was this for?
an
How long?
hour, right? And so then eventually I got them to write a few confessions. So one of them wrote down this confession, and one of them was kind of fun. We did the game. Like he accused him of like, not paying for the round or something like that.
Yeah,
Ha, ha, ha. So this guy comes up and he accused the local parish priest of abusing him when he was a child.
Oh.
Accused or confession? Or
It was I don't know really what it was, and then everything was really silent. And one of the guys goes, "I'm sorry, he always does this when he gets drunk."
That's a weird banter.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And at that stage, I was like, "You need to go to therapy. You need to go to the police."
You should go. I do a comedy class. I can teach you how to be funny. About it. You don't have to bring up shit like this.
It was like this is a totally wrong scene, but I felt like I was like, do I need to ring Tusla? Like it was just so. And I mean, the 57 minutes came up on the clock, and I just went, look, nobody's going to give a. I'm going to go.
Oh
That's
my
it. I'm
God.
gone. And I got and then they paid me 50 quid less than what I thought I was going to get.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
it was one of the where I was in between being a counsellor and a babysitter. I was like, do you know what? I should have just taken off my top and left. Do you know, that would have been so much easier for everybody, so much more enjoyable for everybody. It was just, and the grimmest room, if you can imagine a conference room from the 80s where somebody would fire people, from a mining job, bring them in, you're fired. It was the worst atmosphere.
No, get out.
It was just, imagine panic button under the table. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God. I couldn't
she was like,
even.
they're just they're a wee bit drunk. A wee bit. These men were liquid.
Oh my God.
Fucking
No.
man Willie from Simpsons.
Yeah, exactly. That's beats any of our stories anyway. Yeah, that's it. That's only 2 years ago.
That was 2 Edinburghs ago, yeah.
So you were 10 years in and still like, that's like, what? This is crazy. Like.
Thank you for making me feel terrible.
No. I'm saying, like,
yeah,
it's-
but like-
you can still get a gig that's crazy 10
You can
years
still
in.
get a gig that's crazy, yeah.
Fuck.
So during Edinburgh you only get about 20 quid for doing spots, and then you would flyer at those, and then you do your show. But this was like 200 quid I was supposed to get pound sterling.
Yeah.
So Glasgow's only 40 minutes down the road, so it was like, and it was 6 o'clock in the day. I was like, this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Andy.
But look, I'll still do those kind of things. Just yeah.
Oh God.
If
that's
anyone
mad.
else is looking the
Yeah.
book.
If anybody wants, I can do a cross-cultural gig. It's part comedy, part stripping. It's called Tits Out, Brits Out, and
Kneecap again.
yeah.
You could just go and do fucking confessions in Christchurch, but just do your own little twist in it and get
Yeah.
to the same match.
There you go. Do you like doing the course? Like doing the teaching?
I love teaching. Yeah, I do. I really do. Like a lot of comedians end up doing
Pays for the more coats.
yeah. I know. A lot of comedians end up running club. I wouldn't be good at that. I'd find that very stressful. But I feel like I've learned so much doing it.
Yeah.
That I have stuff to pass on, and I am good at teaching it. And really, people don't need. It's not that I'm like teaching you what to do. I'm giving you a platform and allowing you to do it, and feeling confident and feeling and just guiding. Really,
Yeah.
I love it.
No,
That's
you're
definitely the
yeah.
biggest misconception for doing
Yeah,
a comedy
of course
course
it
is
is,
you
yeah.
think you're going to tell them how to write a joke. So you do like this,
I
and
do
then
a
you set it
bit.
up like a punchline. But you're giving
Yeah,
you're just
no, I
giving
do
them a
do that as
platform and
well. But I
guiding them towards
do.
it.
Yeah, there are methods to do it. Like this
Yeah.
is your setup. Here's your misdirecting and your rule of 3. So I do joke writing as well.
Yeah.
But in some, you could go to some comedy writers and they probably would tell you should do this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And I would kind of a bit suggest stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I
But-
would say you would. I'd say you went with you with an idea and you were helping.
She gave you all your
figure it out.
jokes
Yeah.
for you, basically. Like.
I'm still doing the 4 minutes set. That's all I do now. But I feel like you went with you with an idea and you were just.
I'll help
found
you.
It. Yeah, exactly. Like, which is definitely the best way I thought.
Here's an idea. I want to be funny. Right. There, do it yourself now.
No, but it was deadly.
Have you ever got much material out of that yourself? Obviously, it does help. I think even just talking to funny people or like
Yeah.
people who want to be comedians, you might say something and I'll go, oh, the way you said that, if I just tweak my joke, then that works, you know, that way.
Yeah.
Has that helped you much doing the course as well?
People talking to people, yeah, definitely. I think that's so important. I meet up with Eddie once every fortnight and we'll go through stuff, we'll record it, and then he'll give me ideas. Yeah, so yeah, and it's always good to get somebody else's perspective, or you say something you think it's hilarious and then he's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
So you'll never be like, you'll never cock block the idea, but you find somebody that, like, the two of you buzz off each other, you find each other funny, that it has the same sense of humour as you, work with that person, and so you know, and that they're also positive, so they're not going to be like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh.
They'll know, they trust you, you're a funny person, they'll try to ask you questions. Sometimes I'll have a joke, what I think is funny, and then it's not funny, and then Eddie will say, but what really happened? And then I'll tell him the real story or where I got the idea, and that's funnier.
All right,
So it's really good. Yeah, I definitely recommend. And it cuts out having to do millions of open mics if you can find a writing partner.
Oh, that's dead handy, isn't it? Dead handy. We always say that we need to just go out. We haven't done it in ages now. Just go out and spend an hour on just writing out, because we have loads of ideas. We're constantly jotting down stuff. But like, you know yourself, then you might have something there from a month ago, and you're like, what did that? You might have written like camera.
Yeah.
And you're like, where the fuck was I going with that? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Yeah.
no, you know what I mean.
No,
So what you got
not
against that?
camera though. You wouldn't just.
I just looked at it,
I
seen
know
the
what you
camera.
mean. Yeah, you
But
wouldn't
yeah.
have a fucking clue what.
But
it means
that's what I said
later
we
on,
need
down
to
the line.
do. Do you know what we also said the other day? And I don't know if you know this as well, because obviously it's more on the open mic or something. But when we see a lot of people now, especially females, well, obviously females, you can see a bit of you in all of them. I think they all look at you and
That's gas, really.
Yeah,
That's a
no, I
bold
swear.
statement.
We
You're
only
born out
we
there,
said it
aren't
the other
you?
night.
I never said shit
You
on
actually-
camera.
Well, it's a big compliment, because I
No,
think
it is a
I do
compliment,
think
100%.
if you're a good comedian, I think Joanne is a good influence on people, definitely.
Yeah.
And people take on a lot of her, whether they know it or not. But to be impressionable, to be impersonatable, if somebody can do an impression of you, that means you're funny.
Yeah, of
Even
course.
if they're being horrible, like even if they're being horrible, it's still a compliment.
Of course, yeah, 100%.
I was saying in the car there the first time I seen Aideen last October. Remember, I didn't even know who you were, and you're on the same bill as Mike Rice, so I didn't have a clue who he was either. I went, and then sure when you were going for the yoke, I was like, that's
What's his lap lounge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do
That's your
remember
one
that,
Aideen that I seen, and I thought she was deadly.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's
Yeah.
great. I like you again now, guys. We'll just cut out all the rest of the podcast, just have this.
And
we
the
are
Irish
very-
speaking bits.
Very
Yeah.
funny on stage, in general, but on stage are very funny as well. Like,
Thank you.
so
Yeah, and we seen it then again in Tala in March, February. It was when the course was on in the Tala Civic Theatre.
Okay, was
Yeah,
that who
that
was
was
that
class.
with with that?
that was it, like Joe, and
Joe,
Willa
Paul
and
Marshall.
Eric, and all that.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Joe, Willa, Eric, Al, all of those. Yeah,
Al Porter,
forgot
yeah,
about that,
yeah.
actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was a
class.
great gig.
Yeah, yeah. We were actually-
everybody was brilliant.
That was an unreal night.
That was
unreal.
great, yeah.
Joe was talking about it when he was here, because we were talking about you, and what was he saying? He was saying, out of everybody I see in the halfpenny, he said I could have just all guys there, a group of fellas, like, could be pissed, and Aideen walk in, they think they're trying to be funny or whatever, and she just killed them all. Like, yeah, he was giving you
I
good
haven't done the
comments.
halfpenny in ages. I
Yeah.
must go back there because it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hard round.
Yeah.
We've done it once. Have you done it twice? Have you?
Only once. The one time I done it, it wasn't under Joe's yoke. It was a different night, but
Yeah.
there was a horrible heckler there.
Oh,
I've
it's-
never had a heckler before. Like, you know, you have someone like shout out, "Well, go on" or something. This lad, some Indian lad, went on stage, and this fella from England was like racist, like pure racist to him, like terrible. And I was like,
Jesus.
and obviously part of me was like, feel sorry for you, man, but I was like, we have to go up next here now, and this fella is giving dogs abuse to everyone. He actually loved me. Your mum sounds like he loved me, but it was fucking,
Yeah,
it was
that's-
rough. Like,
that's
it was
hard.
rough.
Oh, that room, people always say can be hard, but it's mad because where Temple Bar is, they're all flying. So they're all going to the same
It's
places.
really hard, yeah.
But
to
that
get
room
people
was
in.
known for being a hard one.
Yeah, for some reason they get English tourists in a lot, and
That
it's
was
a bit
English,
like lads.
Yeah.
You know, Crackdown seems to attract more like nice European people and nice Americans.
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
more like yay. And then the other clubs in Stitches that gets a good crowd as
Yeah,
well. I haven't done it as much, so I'm not sure really what the makeup of the crowd is.
Yeah,
But
we love that place.
Yeah.
That'd be our favourite. Now we obviously
Speaks
haven't.
for me sometimes.
You did it on Sunday and you said you love it.
I do love it. I know I do love it, but I'm just saying, like, you just speak.
Well, I
for
love
me.
that room. I love doing that
Yeah,
room.
I love that room also. Even more, actually.
We haven't done obviously a lot of big gigs. Like that probably be the biggest gig we've done, and especially when that gets full in there, it's unreal.
yeah, it's a good
unreal.
And
place.
it does get full. Like, you can get like 80, 90, 100 people in there, like, at
Brilliant.
times, which
Good
is
for them.
class.
It's great.
Really
80,
good.
90, 110, 120. Do you want to say anything there? Keep going.
I said 3 numbers.
But yeah, do you know who else? You had Dylan Bone. He did your course as well, didn't
Yeah,
he?
Dylan was great,
He's
yeah.
doing class with his Funny Bones now.
That's very good.
Yeah, he has an open mic spot on a Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday?
Wednesday. It's not open mic though.
No, it was open mic, and then it just got so busy they couldn't do open mic
they
anymore.
book acts and all now.
Yeah,
as
no,
well, like.
they do headliners now, and they pay a headliner.
Yeah,
and
no, he asked me to do it. I must go get back to him and do
it
it.
is.
Yeah.
It is actually class. Like we were there before, and I think when I was there was 40 odd people, which is good for an
That's
open mic.
very
like.
good. Yeah,
Well,
if you can do new material in front of 40 people, that's great.
Yeah, like because we've done other open mics or like newer acts, and it's like 3 people. You know what I mean? Like, so when you're going to a show like that and there's 40 people in the room, it's fucking class.
No,
but
man, we wouldn't do one like that. Just walk out.
here we go.
I'm messing. I'm only messing.
I saw up his own ass.
I'm
but
not.
that's just
That was a joke. Like, come on, laugh.
Well,
Like,
no,
when you're
listen.
being sad and all there, you're saying I'm giving out about things. You're the one giving out about it. You should be loving doing it in front of anyone.
Who's anyone? But they do it well because they fly out in Stephen's Green.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
where is the gig? Where is Funny Bones on?
Whelan's, across the road from Whelan's. I can't remember the name of the
Chalk
pub.
Tavern. But they changed the name to Galway Blue when Galway were in the final.
Oh.
See, I know all of it.
Yeah.
I've never heard you speak Irish in my life, man. But
I'm
yeah,
good at the old Irish, haven't I?
yeah, actually
You
good.
do, you improved an awful lot in the last 15 minutes.
Ask me anything.
Okay.
You were saying things there, and I was thinking I didn't want to cut across. You said there's a box in the sky, and I was saying Buscus to spare.
Is that
I
right?
was. I was saying Buscus to spare.
It is Buscus' spare. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah.
Give me
Oh,
something
man.
else. Come on.
I don't know. I'm not
What
good
colour
at
is that
Irish.
sign?
What colour is
Girl.
this?
Ish beanie.
Okay, God, you're bamboozling me now.
Ishbini. Oh no, Isk and Ishka used to always confuse me because they're very similar.
They're
aren't
similar,
they?
but when we think about it, the Isk is living in the Ishka.
Isk.
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
Ishka.
I feel
Isk is
like-
fish and Ishka is water.
Oh, okay. And you
That's weird though, isn't it? There has to be. Are you mad into like Irish history and with the origin of words and
The
stuff?
etymology
Is
of
that
words.
your
I wouldn't be. I studied a bit of it in college, but no, Isk is spelled differently from Ishka. I don't know why, but the word fuishka and for whiskey and water is very similar.
Yeah,
and
but yeah.
Ishkabaha is the Irish for water, which means Ishkabaha is the Irish for whiskey, which means water of life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's mad. It's Irish is pretty cool. I know
It is
Kneecap are
pretty
making it
cool,
cool
yeah.
now, but it is pretty
Hey.
fucking cool. Like there's a lot.
Yeah, Kneecap are making it kill. They aren't they? You must
They
feel
are.
like you're.
Oh yeah, Kneecap is great because
Ah.
everybody now, people would used to be like, now I'm proud. Sometimes I'd be a bit embarrassed speaking in Irish on the phone,
Yeah.
but now I'm bro-dool. I just speak. I don't care. People that never used to speak
Yeah,
Irish to me
yeah.
at least will make an effort
Yeah,
and they'll
yeah.
come up and say the couple of fuckle, and that's great. It makes me feel very positive.
Yeah, that is good. That
Yeah.
is good. Fair play to
Anyone
lads.
looking to learn
If they
Irish,
want-
Aideen is.
I can't take any more or less.
No.
I do have people. I have my regulars,
Yeah.
and some of them just like I can't drop them, but I actually would like to teach Irish less. I'm really busy. I'm so busy. I'm so
Okay, so
exhausted.
don't go to Aideen.
Yeah.
Maybe another time or something. I don't know.
Oh, is this grind you do for a leaving cert?
Not for leaving cert. No, I don't teach leaving cert. I could, but I teach adults. In
Oh, just wanna
do you know
learn.
what they should do? Actually, I teach Gwailing at 12 o'clock on a Monday,
Wailing?
Tuesday. Gwailing.
wailing,
It
like
means
the-
Gaelic together. Gwailing.
Oh, okay.
And they're not expensive. You can do it online from 12 to 1. Mondays total beginners, Tuesdays improvers, Wednesdays intermediate. And you can join my class. It's already started, but the next term, Google it on the Gwailing website, and I'll be your moon tour.
There you go.
And
Teacher.
yeah, wahoo. There you go.
Yeah, I'm learning, Carlo. I'm learning.
Learning, yeah.
But yeah, no, that you are busy, aren't you? No,
Yeah, I am, yeah.
But it's good to keep busy.
But
as
it's
well.
good.
It is.
Keeps the demons away.
Yeah.
You don't want any thoughts coming into your brain.
No.
Is that the best way to keep them away?
It is, yeah, definitely.
Take note
The
of
more people do, we know when people go and they try to relax and stuff, I think that's the worst idea. Or they go off to find themselves. I'm like, that's the worst idea. Keep busy.
Yeah,
Don't find yourself. Stay away from yourself. Yourself is a terrible mess.
I couldn't agree more. I can't even fall. I have to have something playing when I'm falling asleep. I can't just. Oh my god.
That's just a baby brain, I reckon.
No, it's not.
I think
It's
you don't
scary.
think about things.
Anything negative you have in your life, when you're in bed and you're trying to sleep, that's all you think about. So stick to football. But yeah, how many gigs do you do a week regularly?
About 4 probably at least.
Oh, that's unreal.
4, yeah. So let's see. Yes, last night I did the roast with Aideen Malarkey.
Oh, class.
In the Crackdown. Tonight, this is my gig. Then tomorrow I'm in Leicester. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm in Leicester, and I'm probably over the 5 days probably doing 5 days probably doing 8-9 gigs.
Leicester in England, obviously.
Leicester Festival, yeah.
Oh,
then
Is
I'm
that a
going.
big comedy festival over there?
It's medium sized, but I've been going for the last 3 years, so I have a little bit of a following there. You know?
deadly.
I'm a medium
nice.
big deal in Leicester. And then I'm going Monday. I'll be up to Galway to headline. So You Think You're Funny for the competition, or Show Me the Funny.
Is that the final?
Whoa, one of the heats, and then Tuesday I'm in Sligo Comedy Festival.
Busy.
Then I can't remember where. Oh yeah, the Sharon Mannion's gig, the Cellar.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then then I'm off to Brighton. I've got Thursday off.
That's class.
So jealous.
Thursday off and I'm off. I've got 4 gigs in Brighton, and then I'm doing a television program in England.
Are you?
But it's
can you
really
talk about
bad. Yeah.
What's always really bad?
It's like a GB News. Have you ever heard of it? It's this like right wing television program.
Oh, okay.
But they get like left wing or non right wing comedians in to like have an argument.
Oh,
But,
class.
yeah, it's fun.
Class.
I really enjoy it.
What channel is that on?
It's called GB News.
Oh,
yeah.
that's not
GB
Piers
News.
Morgan, is it?
Piers Morgan used to be on it. Yeah, that's the vibe.
Right.
That's the vibe. So
that'd
not
be
like
funny.
it's fun. It's funny though. Yeah. So I go on that a few times a month.
Do you actually?
Yeah,
Did you have to fly over for it?
Yeah, well, I do be over there. I'll be over there anyway. I fit it in, so I'm over in Brighton, so it's just into town.
Oh, okay.
And I do be there a lot anyway, so
Yeah.
I'll fit them in.
Oh,
yeah.
class. That Leicester, I see a lot of comedians go over to Leicester, Irish comedians. They, like even when they're doing that tour and they go to England, that's one place they always hit. So it must have a good comedy scene, does
Yeah,
it?
it's a huge population. It's like about 2 million people.
In Leicester?
Yeah, it's huge.
it?
And
No,
you wouldn't
Not far
know.
from London, I don't have
It's
a
only an
clue.
hour and a half from London, maybe. Yeah, on the train if you go. Yeah, so it's not that far. You could get up there and down in a day. It's a bit boring.
Is
Sorry
it?
if anyone
No,
from
the
Leicester
train
is
is the train.
Your fans, Aideen, your fans.
Ara, but it's their sound, and they go to the festival.
Yeah.
Do you change your
yeah.
set much, or do you like the Irish?
Well, I don't do loads of jokes about Glen Rowe, or I don't do loads of jokes about the Late Late Show. You have to change some stuff.
Yeah. But they get the they get the persona, like.
They get the persona. They get it. They see this and they know.
They know. Is there
Yeah.
loads of Irish in Leicester?
Normal amount, not like Liverpool and Manchester, which is crawling in Irish people.
Yeah.
But there'd still be a good few, yeah.
Class. That's mad, and that's good that you go over there and it's not just Irish. Because you know what, we had Jay Carter here, he's a singer now, but he said like Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool, there's a lot of Irish.
Loads.
So when he goes to gig, it's usually like just Irish people, like, you know what I mean? So it's good that you're getting English and like you're not just sticking to the Irish. Which is fucking class.
Definitely.
We always say like breaking England's so deadly, like that's just because Ireland's so small, isn't it? Like you can only do so much in Ireland. And when
You can only do so much. Yeah, so I gig a lot in around London, around the towns. I have an agent there, and he gives me gigs. Yeah.
What's your favourite place in England to gig?
Oh, I love Liverpool and Manchester.
Oh really? Yeah.
It's like being Irish in Liverpool and Manchester is like Liza Minnelli at Gay Pride. It's fantastic. You have the hot water in Liverpool, and then what's the one?
The Frog.
Before they do the Frog and Bucket. What's that club called again?
Where's this, Manchester?
In Manchester. But anywhere, I've done loads of places in Manchester that wouldn't be clubs. There'd be nights and festivals and stuff, and they're great, yeah.
Class. I've been in Manchester once, but only for a night, so I wasn't for comedy either. But I've been in Liverpool. We love Liverpool.
It's great.
The hot water is
Speaks
just.
for me again.
Yeah, I love how
Liverpool
you the little couple.
He does that, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's so
But
cute.
what was it?
Yeah.
No, but hot water is
right.
unreal,
We
isn't
love it, so we do. Oh, me and my husband. We love it.
it? He's my Zach
Yeah,
Galifanakis.
we're going to Lanzarote now. We love it. We love a bit heat.
We always
Yeah.
talk about the hot water, how much we love it. Oh, just thought of it there. We used to always talk about Kill Tony. Have you seen that?
I have seen it. It's very good.
Tried to sign up for it? Or are you planning on doing it?
I never thought about it. No, maybe I
think you'd be deadly on
should.
it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Little short snap. Because you just do a minute on stage and then that's it done, and then they talk to you about it. What, obviously you haven't thought of it, but like I always think, what minute would I do? I wouldn't have a clue.
I'd say
they can pick it apart very quickly.
Yeah,
like
no,
if you're
they
trying
can,
to be
they can.
too funny, they'll know and they'll.
I'd say it's hard as well when you're a pro. Like, you know, if you like, obviously she's already a full-time comedian. That'd be hard going up to.
Yeah, if I didn't win it or I didn't get through, it'd be shame.
Yeah,
it's like every year I get asked to do X Factor.
X Factor.
You know what's that one? Or Britain's Got Talent? That's the one.
You
Sorry.
get asked
Do you?
to do that?
Yeah,
What do you do,
every
like?
year. I don't know. They're
Person
all
in the mirror. You X Factor. That's
No,
the singing.
the agents, like a gig in England, so they were like, oh my God, we love your stuff, we love it, we
Really?
think you're perfect for Britain's Got Talent. I'm like, I'm not perfect. I'm talking about willies and stuff. I'm not perfect. So I feel like they want to get a comedian that they can set up
Yeah.
and then
I'll
get
give
rid
you,
of. So I've gone to auditions thinking, and they're just too nice to be true. Oh yeah, I do a bit coming to myself, but I can't do it because I work for it. I'm like, you can't do it because you know it's a terrible idea for your career.
Yeah.
But they like a few comedians have done well in it, but most of them haven't. And I have one friend who did it, and he's really good. He does impressions,
Class.
but he does his own original impressions, and then they put him up against a guy who does who copies, like directly takes like Jim Carrey material or whatever.
Yeah.
But he's also a brilliant impression, not a joke writer. But he had a much more family friendly personality.
Yeah.
So my friend, they got him through to the first round. It was great, and they said, you were great, they love you, Amanda loves you, do the exact same thing again. And he was like, are you sure? I said, yeah, Amanda wants you to do the exact same thing again. And he was like, okay. He goes on, he does the exact same thing, and Amanda was like, oh no, he did the exact same thing again.
Oh, fuck.
No, like they set him up.
That is
and
horrible.
afterwards they were ringing him, are you okay, are you okay, are you okay? Because so many people have mental health trauma afterwards.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Jesus.
just said, fuck that.
You would, you think that, but there's all these
Yeah.
enthusiastic people telling
And
you how
you're-
great you are. Then they're just, it's hard to judge.
Yeah.
It's hard to be your own woman in these kind of things.
Yeah. But especially when you're hearing like Amanda Holden once, like she loves you, like, you know, what the heck? That's a mad one.
When we were talking to, we talked about it with Jake a bit, but with Shane, Daniel Bourne as well, like shows in England, like is there anything like that you're like, I'd love to do that? Like any sort of panel shows or anything?
Oh
Obviously,
yeah, I'd
you'd
love to
do
do
any of
Truth,
them,
Truth and a Lie. I'd love it.
What is that?
Oh, could I lie to you?
Would I lie to you?
Yeah.
I'd love to do.
We
Never
had
mind
this
the
idea before
Buzzcocks.
them, I think.
Yeah.
Copies, but
Would you have to change your stories then?
Listen, I'd see if this really kicks off this podcast. You
that should have
know.
been a fucking offside because she changed that story. Like,
Yeah, but that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Name of the game.
What
You'd
do
be
you
good
reckon?
at that. You would be good at that.
yeah, you would. Yeah, really good.
I'd love to do Never Mind the Buzzcocks. I know that's not really on at the moment.
Never seen that
It's
one.
really
Not even
good.
heard
Watch
of
it on YouTube. It was my favorite. YouTube.
What's on your
I just thought you were
That's
speaking
the
Irish
Irish
again.
and for you. Watch it on Tube too, and then I'd love to do Mock the Week.
Oh, yeah.
Like I do the Headliners show on GB News, which is a panel show for comedians to talk about the papers, and I love it.
That's YouTube,
Really,
is
yeah.
it?
That's on YouTube as
I wanna
well.
watch
Yeah,
that
I'll
now.
send you one.
Oh yeah, I'll have to watch that.
And
I always talk about Taskmaster. I fucking love
Taskmaster is brilliant. Yeah, and that makes people's careers.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mad
think you'd be
show.
funny on that as well. Really
Yeah,
funny, like
but-
creative. I think someone who's really, obviously a lot of comedians are, but you really need to be creative on that show to do well. Like they ask you to like get the egg from here to here without touching it.
Yeah.
And some people come up with mad
Yeah.
solutions and stuff. It's very funny. It's very
Yeah.
good. I think you'd be good at that.
Yeah, deadly. I need to watch that. I haven't
I'll
watched
put a
it
word in for you.
Please do. Yeah.
yet. We'll use our power.
Yeah. It's like somebody, you know the way people give you this weird advice?
Yeah.
Like somebody said I know quite well, just went, have you ever considered doing, what did she say? Live with the Apollo. I think you'd be very good at that. I'm like, oh,
It never occurred to
you're
me.
right.
Oh, Jesus.
I never thought about that. I was just happy doing my own little thing.
But that's just how, I was thinking, like, you should. Have you ever thought of selling out Vicar Street like 5 nights in a row or something?
Yeah,
Like
it's just these mad things that people tell you that's helpful.
Yeah.
And it's actually the opposite of helpful. It's like, it makes you feel terrible. You're like,
Yeah.
it's weird because people kind of think, and I'm like, you're an accountant. Did you ever think
Yeah.
about being the head of KPMG?
Yeah. You know, you should get on the podcast. That's what we'd get.
Yeah, no, we even get like people that don't know comedy. Like, oh, do you know? Have you toured? Like, have you been on a show with Tommy Tiernan? Not? Yeah,
Yeah,
loads.
yeah.
Like, we've got that before. People are so when you're not in it, they just don't get it. They just don't get it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They just
That's
don't.
Loads of time to
yeah,
learn.
yeah.
We're only
It
20.
should be me, like me going up to somebody who's playing for Shamrock Rovers and go, there's a really good team with Manchester United.
I knew she was going to say United at Liverpool. I knew it.
Well,
I
knew
believe it's called. But no, because Manchester United is just funnier than Liverpool to say.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the only reason I picked it.
There you go.
Obviously,
Don't get
Liverpool is
comedy
better.
on the brain all the time. I love it. Yeah,
I don't
that's
get the
why
joke. I
she's
don't get the joke.
Sorry about him, Aiden. But that's
yeah, you're right.
That's how we're gonna have to end on you now, doing the.
Well, you can't insult my team like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to let. I'm
It's
not
a funny
going to
word.
stand here. How is Manchester United a funny word? Liverpool.
It's just for Liverpool, but no, because Liverpool is also a town, but Manchester United is. It just sounds funnier. Manchester.
You don't have to get into everything.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
sometimes
took offence to it. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll try it
I'll go
again.
back.
Okay,
No, I'll go
let's-
back. It's my fault.
Let's try it again, okay?
She's speaking Irish now.
You don't go up to somebody who's playing for Shamrock Rovers and say, "Oh, I've heard about this very good team. It's called Liverpool." Apparently, that was funnier.
Oh, I feel like I nuts up.
I thought you were legit laughing there for a
I
second.
was. I got lightheaded, bro. I'm not well. I had two sausage rolls all day today.
Oh.
And I ate sausage rolls at like 5 o'clock.
We'll let you go to have your dinner. So.
Fuck yeah, anyway.
I'm
I'm
at
trying
the
to get into it.
Got to get in the 20 minutes on a half an hour ago. So.
Alright, go then.
Aiden, thanks a million for coming on.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Have you got
thanks.
any shows come up you want to plug around?
Let me see. No, I haven't got any shows in Dublin for the meantime, but I will be doing a play, which is a very funny comedy play, called Waiting for Texto. So you have to go and
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Did you see it?
No, this one you didn't tell it in November, was it?
Yeah, but it's
Oh, is
it's
that-
really the same one as I did in town in Bewley's. Were you at that?
No, is
You
that
weren't.
we had a gig or something? I think.
Yeah, so it's about a girl. She comes back. She spends a night with some lad. She really likes him. She sends him a text. He sees the text.
Oh,
He doesn't text back, and she goes bananas. So it's really fun. The audience can join in. Don't text him. Say this, say that.
Oh, that's class.
It's an hour. It's really good crack. So follow me on socials at Comedy McQueen.
yeah.
So comedy,
below.
comedy like
Yeah. Like
McQueen,
this.
like Steve McQueen, the actor, or if you guys, Lightning McQueen, the car. You wouldn't really know who Steve McQueen is.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's it, and I'll be doing that soon somewhere. I think probably in the Crackdown or
Deadly.
yeah. But keep an eye out. Yeah, because I'm really proud of it. It's really good. It's really
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
Happy days. Thanks
Right,
a million.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks
Aiden.
for coming.
Thank you. Thanks, Carl.
Thanks for having me.